Alright, let's get started on the deep dive of the Keeley Caverns reverb and delay. So there's a lot to show you on here. We'll start with the different reverb sounds that we've got. This is my clean tone. And this is the spring reverb. So that's not a bad emulation of a spring reverb, but it's not particularly springy. You can't really hear kind of the springs in that. It sounds almost like a mixture of a hall and a spring reverb. It's a really nice reverb, but it's not particularly springy. If I just turn that right up on the blend and decay, we'll be able to see how much there is. Okay, so not a huge amount really, and it does start to get a little bit kind of washy at that point. And again, still not really that springy. If I bring in this rate knob down at the bottom, it'll bring in a little bit of wobble to it, which is really nice. Okay, so not a bad spring reverb. Let's go over to the modulated side. Just keep everything where it is and see what's the difference. So you can hear in the decay there that there is that modulation, and it's kind of giving it that almost seasick, wavy feeling to it. But a really nice sound to it. Let's flick over to the shimmer, same settings. Now, as you can hear there, the shimmer works really beautifully for chords. If you haven't heard a shimmer before, then it is a fantastic effect to play with, especially when you're on your own rather than in a band. It can get lost in a mix, but really beautiful to play with. And this is a really nice one. Let's take that all the way up and see how much shimmer that's got. It's making me want to start like an 80s like movie or something. I don't know. Like it's got Dark Crystal vibes or something like that. I don't know. It's almost like with a shimmer, you can't hit a wrong note because everything sounds awesome. It's really good. And there's a lot of shimmer on that. Let's just see, while keeping all of that up, what the warmth knob does. So it's like the warmth knob kind of is how overwhelming it becomes, how much it kind of feeds back into itself, which is really interesting. Again, let's take that right up and just hit a single note, see what happens. So you could get lost in that absolutely for hours. This has got a really powerful shimmer on it. Let's flick back over to the modulated side and see what that warmth knob does over there. It's interesting. It almost seems like it's kind of bringing in some overtones, like some harmony or something. It's really interesting stuff. I mean, you can get lost in playing with these knobs for hours. So let's flick over now onto the delay side. So on the delay, you've got the options of off, deep, and light for the rate knob here. You've got your repeats, time, and the blend there. So let's just go to where it was set before. So I had that set as almost like a slapback kind of feel to it, just to give it some space when I was playing the introduction. So let's see what it can actually do in terms of lengths of delay. So that's on the light setting. Let's go over to the deep setting, see what that does. Let's take everything up and see what we've got. Okay, so I think the rate here is acting as how much of that kind of that decay where each repeat becomes more and more decayed, to kind of emulate a real tape echo. Take that off and see how pristine it can get. So yeah, pretty pristine. So that's a really nice feature to have on there to give it that sense of an old delay. A lot of people really love that sound. Now, before, the settings that I had this on when I first started jamming with it were the ones that I just kind of kept. So I have this, and I very much kind of keep it as a always on pedal. There's always a little bit of reverb. I usually use the spring, and there's always a little bit of delay just to give it that roomy space around it, with that tiny little bit of that movement in the delay as well. So I'll be honest, I don't use it to its full potential. There's loads in here, and you can get lost in it for absolutely hours, and I absolutely do not use it to its full potential. Right, let's see how they combine. Let's go for something a little bit more moderated on the delay side. And then let's knock on just some spring reverb and see how that sounds. Let's stick on some modulated reverb and see what the difference is. And over to the shimmer. Take everything up a bit so you can hear it a bit more. if I take this right up, I bet this really enjoys playing with the volume. Now I think there is the option for this, when you click this off, for the trails to continue going. I haven't got that set as it is, because like I say, I tend to have it as just kind of an always on pedal and not go for the extremes. But the Keeley Caverns seems to be a pedal that has kind of passed a lot of people by. It's not inexpensive. You are talking still on this date probably about £200 new, about £150 used, so they do retain their value. But it's definitely not one that I've seen on very many people's boards, or haven't seen very many people getting very excited about. I'll be honest, like I say, I don't use it very much. I only use it for certain sounds. I don't use it to its extreme. But as you can hear, there are loads of different settings in here, and the different sounds that you can get in terms of reverb and delay, and having one pedal for both of those, it's kind of unmatched at that price point. So I don't know why it's not kind of more popular. I don't know whether it's because you can get cheaper pedals that have got almost all of these features, and you've got more expensive pedals that maybe aren't that much more, that have kind of more to play with. I'm not really sure what it is. Maybe it's sitting in that middle ground, and as a result, nobody really cares. So I'd love to know what your thoughts are on it. What are the sounds like for you on the other end? What did you think? Have you got one? Have you played one before? Has this made you think about getting one? So please do let me know in the comments. Please do like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye everyone.
Hi, Ashley here. Remember that I'm giving away a pedal to a lucky winner for every 1,000 subscribers.